I'd like to go over problem 3613 from the relativity chapter. And the problem looks something kind of like this. So you have the origin, x equals to 0. You have your assistant, who's at the position x equals 3 kilometers. That's your assistant. Then you, so y, you're at position 9 kilometers. And finally at here position, this is obviously not drawn to scale, 12 kilometers. Now what you're told is that there's two events. There's bolt 1, which happens at position x equals to 0, and there's bolt 2, which happens at position x equals to 12. Now we'll assume that you start your clock at some time, and then what you're told are that there's two times on your clock. Alright, and so bolt 1, you notice bolt 1 at a time of 50 microseconds, and you notice bolt 2 at a time of 10 microseconds. And so this is in your frame, or this is physically is what you measure. Now of course when you guys did this on Mastering Physics, everyone will have a little bit of different numbers, but here's the general procedure for this. Okay, and so what you do is, for instance, between where bolt 2 happened and where you are, the distance is 3,000 kilometers. And so if I want to figure out the time it takes for that flash of light to travel that distance, I take that 3,000 kilometers, 3,000 meters, and divide by the speed of light, because that's how fast it travels. And if I do that, I get that this takes light 10 microseconds to travel. Right, so that means since it came to me at exactly 10 microseconds, then according to my clock, all right, so this would be like the arrival of bolt 1, the arrival of bolt 2. So according to this, by my clock then, the actual event bolt 2 happened at time equals to 0, because it takes 10 microseconds to get to me, and that's how long it takes to travel. So now if I look at the other one, the other bolt travels 9,000 kilometers. So this was for bolt 2, and so this will be for bolt 1. Now for bolt 1, the distance is 9,000 meters. Again, we divide by the speed of light, and when I do this, I get 30 microseconds. So it takes 30 microseconds to travel from where bolt 1 happened to me. And so that means on my wristwatch, the time that bolt 1 happened would have been 20 microseconds. All right, because the total time for it to reach me was 50. It takes 30 seconds to travel, and so it would have had to have happened at that time there. And so the book question asked which one of the bolts happened first and by how much time. And now the last tricky thing they do is they say according to the assistant. And the idea here is that, so I did these calculations according to when I saw the flashes, but the assistant and me are both in the same frame, so the actual time that these happened are the same. And so according to both of us, all right, bolt 2 happened at time 0, and then bolt 1 happened 20 microseconds later.